Mauri ore te whare, ko ai tēnei e tuake nei, ko Rahera Wharerau tōku ingoa, he uri whakaheke tēnei no te taitokerau. Let's go. I know there's been lots of us tonight, so you're welcome. No, but as Tamati said, he tātai whakapapa anō no Ngāti Tarara I te mautere o Korčula. So I also hail from the great islands of Dalmatia over in Croatia. I tipu ake au I kai kohe kohe, I nāia nei e noho ana hau I te awahinui a Tāma ki Makaurau. I was born and bred in a small town called Kaikohe. I just love the hype tonight. So I was born and bred there. As you know, it's a really small town. And I never imagined myself here in Tāma ki Makaurau, or the big smoke, I guess, that everyone likes to refer it to. Ko te whare tapu o Ngāpuhi, o ku maunga whakahi, ko waima me punaki tere o ku awa, e rere tōtika ki te hoki anganui a kupe. He manu mā tauranga ahau, and then I guess most importantly, he mokopuna ahau. Kia ora everybody, my name is Rahera, and I am a grandchild of my amazing grandparents who can't be here tonight, but hopefully watching on the live stream, maybe not. But I join you wonderful people here tonight, I guess to take you on a bit of a journey about my time here at TupuToa. I am an alumni of TupuToa, so I was fortunate enough to be part of the 2019-2020 cohort. And in that time, I interned at Auckland Transport, of all places. For that one person that said, wee! But no, seriously, I'd like to thank my team and also all the other representatives here tonight from Auckland Transport, because it means a lot to have that whānau network around you to support you in times where you feel a little bit uncomfortable, like right now. But I guess to set the context for my kōrero, I really wanted to take you back to when I was a child. So without further ado, imagine a little Māori girl under the shelter of 2 whijoa trees in the backyard of her great nanny's house, leaning against a rock, wondering where life would take her, with only a knife and a spoon in her hand as her toolkit. Now take that girl and grow her up a little bit. Fast forward a few years, I realised that in my schooling I really wanted to go to university, and I really wanted to pursue something that meant my whānau could be proud of me and that I could be proud of. So in that time, I found myself journeying through university, making new friends, making new experiences, and allowing myself to find out who I truly am. And thankfully, I found myself in the loving hands of TupuToa. So during my time at university, I was exposed to the greatness that is TupuToa, and finding myself not knowing where I wanted to go next, who I wanted to be around, or why I wanted to be where I was going to be. TupuToa was able to show me who I really was, allow me the space and the time to take these opportunities with both hands and with my chest. And so in that time, I guess through my internship, I was able to meet new people, I was able to fulfill my goals and all the dreams that all my tupuna only ever dreamt for their uri whakaheke. That little girl in me really wanted to see what the world had in store for her. And so throughout the years, I really took my kete and I grew it and I nurtured it. Made a few mistakes along the way, as we do, but that's kete pai, And I didn't know where my next steps lied. I didn't know where my next opportunities lied. And so it is in that time, I guess, we search for those people around us who can really help us fulfill those things within us that need to be fulfilled. And so I turned my gaze to Sione and Talalele. So shout out to them for volunteering me to do the speech tonight. I guess within those two ngāne, who I look up to, they saw something in me that I hadn't seen in myself yet. And on top of that, desire to want to be something, make something of myself. I found myself in the midst of a pilot program called TupuToa. So after my internship and after having a couple of years of experience under my belt at Auckland Transport, I wanted to see, what learnings were out there for me, and how I could take my journey to the next step. And it was in that program where we had a kai kōrero come through, and his name was Tātai Henare. And something that resonated with me in his kōrero was that we shouldn't just be walking in the steps of our ancestors, but we should be striding. And the kupu Māori for striding is, a fire that burns inside my belly and is able to uplift me when I need it the most and push me forward. So I'd like to give a shout out to Tātai, who I don't think is here tonight, but in spirit he'll be here with us all. With that mentality of striding into the future, striding into the world, I found myself at my next opportunity, which is my most recent milestone, that took me all the way to Vietnam for 9 weeks. So I was living in Vietnam for 9 weeks alongside 5 other TupuToa alumni. And it was there where I really found myself. I found the drive that pushes me forward. I found a home away from home. And that unfamiliar space outside of my comfort zone. So during my time over in Vietnam, I got to share my culture, share my reo, and learn from the Vietnamese people about what it truly means to be someone who's Indigenous and willing to learn and looking for the next opportunity outside of Aotearoa. And so I come back to New Zealand as a new woman, as a new Rahera, someone with their world pretty much blown wide open, with a new lens on the world, a new lens on learning, and finding my way, knowing that I've got my own back. So where I wanted to tie everything in to tonight with our new interns is that you never know where you're going to end up. And although it's really scary, it's also really exciting. And in the wise words of Sione, the feeling that you get when you're nervous or when you're fearful is also the same feeling that you get when you're excited or you're anticipating something. So I stand here before you as a grateful, thankful newcomer of the world. But I would like to take you all back to the little girl under the feijoa tree with only a knife and a spoon, knowing that my toolkit and my kete has now grown to more experiences, more lessons, more friends, and a greater expectation of myself in this world, something that my next generations can stand on the shoulders of and overshadow one day. And that's something that I wish for all the inner children amongst us all today, within each of you, is that your dreams are worth fulfilling. And if you put your mind to it, you can go anywhere, Vietnam or otherwise. So I'd like to leave you with one thing, which is a whakatauki, which says, tu whitia te hopo, mai rangatia te angitu, which means you felt the fear, but you did it anyway. So, nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa.